For sure. I agree. And guess what? We're ready for X-Wing. We got XTC on GSP. Hello, everybody. My name is Dion Morales, and welcome. I'm hanging out with my man, Ryan Staniszewski.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop.
Well, it is time to choose your champion. Before that, let me remember to pay out the points of the last game. We'll go ahead and do that. That was Team Philippines who won our first game earlier. But now we have Team Switzerland versus Team Mexico. It is time to choose your champion while Ryan goes ahead and breaks down our lists. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, put it in the comments down below.
All right, so player one, we have Fabian running the Scum faction for Switzerland, running with Tirani Kolda with Cutthroat, Cluster Missiles, and False Transponder codes. We got Zuckuss in the G1A with Zam Crew, the Mist Hunter title, and Jamming Beam. Old Aarak and a Fang Fighter with no upgrades, and Gamma Key in the Hawk with Protectorate Gleb and Thermal Detonators. A very potent support platform right there with both Gamma ability and Protectorate Gleb coordinating. And on the right-hand side, we have Aarak in representing Team Mexico with the Republic, running Rick Ali in the N1 with R2 Astromech for some regen, Obi-Wan Kenobi with Delta 7B and Sense, and then Anakin with the crit machine that he is in Extended with Marksmanship, Auto Blaster, R7A7, and then the Brilliant Evasion Stealth Device combination to stay as tanky and damage mitigated as possible.
All right, so here's a question, Ryan. Who do you think has the advantage in this one?
So, I think as long as Aarak can take advantage and draw out the game and split up those scum forces a little bit, I think I think it's probably on the side of the Republic player because everything's moving at last. So all the I-5 ships, these triple ace Republics, are moving after the scum ships. Tirani doesn't have snapshot, and that cluster missile is predicated on taking that target lock. And because most of these ships have force or a way to generate another token, that false transponder codes is going to be a little bit meh. Actually, because false transponder codes is going to be a lock taken by Tirani before all these Republic ships move, I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen the Republic players just start taking locks on rocks and friends just to mitigate that jam.
Locks on rocks and friends. Yep. Well, we're taking a look at that Choose Your Champion poll. The audience is starting to weigh in pretty heavy on the scum to start. We'll find out as more people end up putting their wagers out there. You know, we don't see the G1A too often. Fabian bringing Zuckuss. What does Zuckuss do?
So Zuckuss says, while you perform a primary attack, you may roll one additional attack dice. If you do, the defender rolls one additional defense. So it's built-in trick shot, basically, without needing to actually set up the obstacle or anything. So you're just giving an opponent a extra evade dice, but you get an extra attack. Normally, that type of trade is always in favor of the red dice, since the red dice have a better conversion rate to successful results than green ones do.
There you go.
And hey, if you get to shoot it twice because you got Zam Crew, why not?
Exactly. Exactly. We've seen Zuckuss be pretty mean. I know some are hesitant to bring the G1A because of its one agility. And early on in second edition, we actually saw quite a bit of Zuckuss, but then the points went up just enough where people started looking in other places. But there's still a ton of value there, even without the loadout that people usually prefer, which is the one with advanced sensors.
Yeah, and we saw a lot of Forlom too was pretty popular in the beginning. So it's just players finding different spots for Zam Crew. A lot of times with the Gamut Key Zam Crew in a list, those two names in general, they're just crew slot both on YV66s. But a lot of times by the time you get that whole train going, you don't have a lot of ships left to have a 4-ship list, or at least three strong pieces with a support piece. You're normally stuck with something like Fen, Bosk, and Kanan, which is still a really good archetype as it is right now, but a little bit more spread out with Tirani's threat and Zuckuss's threat, and then old T saying, I'm a Fang. I'm gonna get range 1 somewhere, hopefully.
I'm gonna be me.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say Fabian is coming out a little bit more aggressive than I would have expected for a list like this, especially with two medium-based ships, Zuckuss and Tirani. Maybe the idea here was to try to catch Aarak off guard.
Potentially, yeah. If you're going up one of the sides of the board, pushing those aces down the board edge in a way. But Zuckuss going into those 4 rocks is kind of concerning, at least to me. We've got some early shots here.
Here we go. We got 2 hits. Old Aarak versus Anakin Skywalker.
The stealth device, brilliant evasion. We'll see if having no evade token will matter. Nope, not at all.
Just natty.
That's fine. So I think even though Fabian is coming out with a little bit of early aggression, I think that has a solid chance to put him out in weird positions and cause that isolation effect I talked about, where some of the scum ships are going to be able to navigate through these rocks and some aren't. It's going to split him up a little bit, and then these Republic aces will start to nip at him.
All right, so we got a soft range check here from Gamet Key, but also checking for the ability
to help his friends. Yep. So old Aarak's going to keep the focus. Kind of surprised, maybe not a focus kept on Zuckuss. I don't know if maybe he was considering like a 0 stop on Zuckuss. Probably early for that, because then you're really relegated to the blue moves next turn. But there's not many places Zuckuss can go without the advanced sensors, and if he just turns, he's leaving his he's leaving his left side open to Obi on that flank. So we'll see which way Zuckuss decides to go.
Alrighty, well,
what would you do with Zuckuss at this point? Because he seems to be the odd man out in positioning.
Well, I think you have to make a decision on what direction you think the fight is going to end up going. If we're going towards that bottom end of the board, you could bring old Aarak, Gamet Key, as well, pretty easily down to the bottom side of our visual side of the board, and then Tirani kind of becomes the odd one out, right? But I definitely think both of them, because of the way the rocks are split up right now, you're gonna have to, if you're not stopping with Zuckuss, which I don't think you probably should right now, because your stress clearing moves with that asteroid right in front of you, you end up losing the 1 bank, or the space for the 1 bank. Doesn't seem like a great idea. But of course, the Mist Hunter does have barrel roll. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Has that
a white barrel roll at that.
Yeah, exactly. So we might just see 1 forward, move, shimmy to the side, and keep Obi-Wan Kenobi in the arc that way.
And Gamet Key is at the same initiative, so Protector Gleb can coordinate Zuckuss with barrel before he moves next turn too, and could pass off the stress if Zuckuss is just doing a blue maneuver anyway. So there's a little bit more flexibility with that coordinate.
Now I do have a little bit of news here. Let me just double check. Just want to make sure I'm not. I want to make sure this is working before I put my foot in my mouth here. While we're doing that, let me remind you that this stream and this weekend is brought to you by Curled Paw Creatives, Co-op Print Yards, and District Foundry. Use that coupon code GSP 2021 for 15% off on Curled Paw and District Foundry, and GSP on Co-op Print Yards. Get yourself some swiggity swag.
All getting back into real life. Get the swag.
That's right. Be ready. Be ready. If you're heading out to the Lone Star Open, it's time to get fresh. Maybe you're getting ready for LVO. Just prepare yourself. It's gonna be good.
Just as Scar said in The Lion King, be prepared.
That's right.
Well, Zuck is going through the rocks. Probably. So the one thing that this is doing, though, even though there's not many places for him to go in future turns, is it is ushering the Republic ships a certain direction or forcing them to deal with Zuckuss.
Yep, it came in pretty fast, but staying in the straight maneuver, has a good lane. We'll have to choose in the next couple turns. But I mean, you have the hard turn to the right pretty easily, especially if Obi-Wan Kenobi commits strongly to that direction. Man,
Gleb coordinated Tirani a focus, probably just wanting to take a lock. It's gonna use false transponder codes unless he decides to barrel roll. So he does have that. I just don't know which ship's gonna be there. Do you do Rick or do you do Anakin?
I guess so. He's choosing Anakin. Anakin is a bigger threat potentially.
Yeah. It's not that bad to get early locks. You just use false transponder codes probably without actually getting effect on it this turn. Because my assumption is Anakin did a 5 straight because he boosted in the system phase. He wants to get around. Right now, he's kind of in the middle of everyone. He's in a lot of potential arcs. Now, Alt Aarak, because Gamut Key kept the focus on him, is stressless next turn, which is an advantage.
Now starting...
Definitely some good herding going on. Oh, hi, Rick.
Oh, hello there. What
Rick
is the...
went for it.
All right, you get the free evade from full throttle. And, I mean, you know, if you're going to go, I guess go aggressive into the night.
I mean, so one of the things that Rick does, he's really good at baiting. He will say, all right, I'm here for like the first turn of engagement. If you shoot at me and I live... I'm gone, and I'm regenerating back up, and you're not getting points. Oh, wow.
Ooh,
Anakin did turn in.
Coming in as well.
That's really dangerous, because he could barrel roll back and away from Tirani, but he would be in Zuckuss's shot. He's already going to be dealing with Old Aarak. That cluster missile's actually going to affect... and allow Tirani to shoot both these enemy ships too.
Yeah, and that's something we usually the cluster missiles are there just for the lulls, right? For the strategy of being able to do that bonus attack. Just to
Tirani gets his railgun twice.
Exactly.
For her.
Yep, but here this is 2 legitimate shots.
It might. I don't know. Does that barrel back it out of range too? There's a chance. I mean, you're jammed, so there's no token for Anakin anyway.
So did end up taking the barrel roll.
He's going to be a range 2 at Tirani. So if you are Aarak, I think you just go all in on Zuckuss.
Yep. Get as many points as you can right now, because there is a timeline where you lose Anakin Skywalker.
Yep, no bullseye, and in the front arc, so no special auto blaster things going for Anakin.
And with that, with only having 3 hull on Anakin too, it's dicey to have essentially all of Fabian's ships having a shot this turn. And here we go.
Without the evade token, Anakin is very likely to at least take a damage and lose his stealth device this turn.
Oh, we got
definitely not spending anything on offense, so
nope.
Yeah, this is not going to be a good early trade. And he shot at Zuckuss, meaning here you go. Here, have a lock, buddy. Anakin's in big trouble this turn. Old Aarak taking his shot, pretty free.
Yep, sad that it's not range 1. But smart on Aarak's part. Here we go, and that's 2 hits, 3 hits after spending.
3 hits.
One of them rolled off the board.
So stealth device coming in, and we'll get a force spend likely to be safe.
Now, we are sharing today's game with another X-Wing channel. They are X-Wing Schweiz, SCHWEIZ, no space there. And they're also streaming on their their channel. They are also some members of the Switzerland team, so I'm sure that they are speaking in their native language to their audience, and just a shout out to them. And a blank out for Obi-Wan Kenobi. The offense for the Republic has been
anemic.
There you go. I was gonna say lethargic, but anemic is good.
No.
And nothing on the target lock.
So it's one of those weird spots, right? So normally I would actually advise just save the lock for later once you get 3 blanks like that. But you have 3 forces Obi. It's one of those situations. Do you just say whatever? Like, do you do that lock and just do what damage you can? But he just did no damage.
Yep.
Did Rick go faster than Zuckus? What did Zuckus do? Zuckus did a 2 straight. I was wondering if he might have did a 3 straight, but
no. Yeah, we got and then we had a 3 hard on Rick, so Rick will have range 1 4 dice. Roll 2 crits naturally. No expenditure for the focus, and we're gonna get the first damage of the game.
Yep. I get the feeling we might be trading at least half of Anakin for 1 shield on Zuckus.
That feels bad. All right, here we go. It begins.
So you use all the mods you can on Anakin here with this cluster missile shot. You use your focus and lock, and just take the extra shot on Rick just because you can. There it is. 3.
There's all of them.
So Anakin has 1 force, but does have brilliant evasion.
Spend the force.
Yep.
I mean, you have to, otherwise you lose the stealth device.
Yeah, you may as well keep the defense you can, right? So now we're doing the cluster missile, the extra shot into Rick Ollie. No mods, but hey, it's a free shot, so may as well.
Mm-hmm. Focus of 8 out there right now on Rick. You got hit crit.
Rick shouldn't be rolling 3, actually. That's unfortunate, because Tirani did go 3 straight.
Well, the team captain on the XTC games, we're not allowed to touch anything. The team captain is watching on the other channel, so it's his prerogative to...
We'll see if it gets fixed. It's a pretty isolated dice interaction. It's not going to affect anything else going forward in this immediate turn, so it could get fixed.
Yeah.
Here's the Zuckus shot into Anakin, who's going to have 5 defense dice. Doesn't get a full string, but gets 3. So, but no defensive mods for Anakin. Yep.
Here we
See
go.
what happens.
Big
Up
roll.
the dice.
Oh, that's an evade. I was like, did we just get one-shotted? Oh, no. All right, and
look,
like you said,
1 shield on Zuckus for half of Anakin.
Man, Aarak starting off on the back foot right now. And here's my question to the audience. I know that you guys are in the future. I'm actually not 100% sure what is the current record between these two teams. Does anybody out there know where they're at right now?
Gamma Key gets to shoot.
Oh, one more shot.
The Hawk. Get the Hawk. Let's do it, Gamma Key. So the stealth device is gone, so it's going to be a 2-on-4.
Spend the
he
focus? Oh, no.
Yeah, he coordinated. That's all right. You're still in a good position with Anakin only at 1, and like the looming threat of thermals in the back line over there with Gamut.
Today we have a double header of Switzerland versus Mexico. So we're gonna have another game after this one, and so don't run away. Let's find out how these games end up going. Looks like our future fam. Nobody right now has the answer as to the current. What am I looking for? Not ratings. Current score between the two teams. But you know what I did find out today, Staniszewski, is that Team USA is 3-0 as of last night.
It just line them up. Line them up. They just get taken out one at a time. Bang, bang, boom.
And in celebration for that, GSP has released the official Team USA T-shirt available at goldsquadronpodcast.com. You can get it. Yep, you can get it as an athletic shirt, a regular T-shirt, or as a tank. And on the tank, because of the energy that the tank top has, there are 50 stars in the back. You get a cape of stars. All right, to round that out. I had to keep it on that one. The original design had the stars on it, and I got vetoed. I was like, you know what? I'm putting up the tank, and I'm keeping the stars. Flexed it.
So it looks like, according to the chat, Switzerland is up 3-1 on Mexico. So if Fabian takes this game, I think that gives him at least the win. And it's just a matter of getting more, numbered wins in a better record.
All right. So, yeah, exactly. So, potentially what we could see that there is a timeline where Mexico today with our 2 games could potentially tie up the series. And then there is a deciding match, Game 7. It's like the NBA Finals here. I have not paid because my dad's in town. I've been paying attention to basketball. And he's like, another Game 7. I'm like, what? Another Game 7? What are they doing?
So, man, that rock right in front of Anakin means he doesn't have a lot of outs right now without doing the reposition barrel roll. That might, literally Anakin's best move might just be do the system phase barrel roll to the right and just 3-turn over the cloud and just leave. Just leave. Because I could see Gambit with a 1 bank and then coordinating Zuckuss before Zuckuss stops. Old T's probably doing like a 1-turn. Tirani could do a 2-turn and just bump into Rick and just say, I'm a medium base in the way. Good luck getting past me. And I think literally one of Anakin's only outs is that system phase reposition, which will block Old T, by the way. Very beneficial. And then just 3-turn over the cloud and just hope that makes it.
Retro Leaves in the chat ask, why are Marcel and Will playing for us and Dion and Ryan are not? So for me, it's time, but I'm also going to say that I am not better than any of the players on that team. So, and we're winning, so I'm not going to complain.
I'm not playing because it's extended. I have my preference on hyperspace, but I would play this extended format if it was in person. I think XTC, one of the awesome things about it is being in person for it. So I'll save my first XTC experience for when it's possible to be done in person.
Yeah. I mean, next year, there's a real possibility, assuming that they do it in person, that the whole GSP crew ends up going. So that'd be great. Baby depending, you know.
Yeah, the same. I was about to say baby depending.
Yeah.
So, oh man, what a move. Interesting. So Gamut Key did a 2-turn, coordinated Zuckuss a barrel roll, and then allowed him to fit the 4K. Very cool.
Fabian, you could tell, practiced hand with this squad. Doing a great job of using Tirani as a blocker potentially this turn and keeping those shots, keeping the pressure up on this Republic squad. And Shazbot GG, I think, honestly, puts the nail here. He says, only 1 Morales per XTC, and Aarak took the spot. There it is.
The Rick opting to regen and 3-turning over Tirani. I will say a lot of arcs are going to be pointed at Obi, but none of them are going to be modded. So we'll have to see how that goes. Rick just opting for a boost, saying, I don't care, Gamut, if you roll 2 natural dice, because I roll many more.
Obi-Wan Kenobi going 4 straight.
Yep, making his way around. He'll probably want to reposition, because that is at least bullseye of Tirani. Yep.
Goes for the boost.
Definitely seeing some likely thermal drops to at least affect Obi's positioning next turn.
He's got some decisions to make.
I think he's wondering if Zuckuss still has the range 3 shot, if it's worth barrel rolling back for his main action to get away from it.
Yep.
We're here to take less shots.
And looks like the choice is aggression.
Sure. Depending on what Anakin does, we'll see. Oh, went for the 4K. Not well. Zuckuss will threaten that. So he already spent a force. He cannot use his own Anakin ability, which would normally be to spend a force after you complete a maneuver. Doesn't have to be fully execute, and you could remove a stress. But he already spent his last force on his system phase reposition. So Zuckuss might be able to finish off Anakin, but both will be unmodded shots.
Yeah, I think the good news here for Aarak is that at least it's just one shot. If you had bumped into Tirani, there's probably two. You probably have old T there.
Yep.
Cleaning the clock. Here we go. Obi-Wan Kenobi, range 2 into Gamet Key.
Question is right now is how conservative does Aarak want to be with Obi's force? Because right now you have blank and a focus. He spent the lock. It's going to do it on both. Okay, so trying to be force conservative.
Hit crit. Here's the roll.
There goes 2 shields.
Start pecking away at the bird.
Mm-hmm. Tirani taking that range 2.
Now remember, because we're sharing the stream, we're not using the GSP dice box. So it is all just kind of adds and rolls on the table, and there
natty.
it is. Natty hit crit.
Jeez.
Guaranteed to take damage. Takes half points.
And this 7B Obi does not have regen, so this is a permanent half points right here. That's huge. Already got half on Anakin and half on Obi. We've only traded a Zuckuss shield and 2 Gamet Key shields.
Yep. Our guy Carabus, the captain of Team Mexico, I'm sure writhing right now, said earlier in the chat, the Mexican dice has not shown up in 3 games in a row. So sad.
Oh, man. You definitely try and finish off Anakin here with Zuckuss. So it'll be 4 on 4.
Yep. You get an extra dice, I get an extra dice, but it's better for me. Hit
Zuckuss
crit.
got 3. That shouldn't be 5. It should be 4 because he doesn't have stealth device anymore. But hopefully looks like didn't matter. But granted, rolling the right amount of dice would be the resolution for that.
Right. As it is an XTC game per rules, we are unable to do anything with the game. But the captains who are both watching right now, they can communicate with the players. So that is, again, it's not a GSP event. But speaking of GSP events, and you were talking about hyperspace, next weekend, Ryan, it's Lamu.
Lamu!
As a hyperspace galactic championship qualifier.
Yep. Gamut with trying to get to a little bit of revenge, but Rick Ollie likely just saying, I have an evade, no bother. Well, this is going to be an extremely uphill battle the rest of the way. Anakin's gone. Obi-Wan has already been halved and has no way to regen. It's pretty much just completely up to... I mean, Rick can do some things, but his time on target's so low that you end up starting to have to do risky maneuvers like Talon rolls at this point. You have things like... just starting to have to push offense through, and Rick being bait wasn't baity enough to take some shots off Anakin. Anakin did put himself down in that lane and was able to be focused up, and then Obi taken, I'd say, a slight variant swing to take that half already with an unmodded Tirani shot.
Agreed, and props to Fabian. Like he saw the Rick kind of loop around bait and just did not take it. Completely ignored it. Was like, you know what? I'm gonna focus on the ships that matter.
Yep.
And was able to push through enough to make him sad. Anakin removed from the table.
So Fabian right now, what you can do is be really safe with stuff. Tirani can probably fit a 2 bank there and just lock Obi. Said, you know what, I'm getting a lock for the future. I'm probably not going to shoot you, but it's a token I get to permanently keep, and use my cluster missiles for if I need to. Uh, Potentially same thing with Zuckuss, but has a potential to get a shot on Obi this future turn. Altera could threaten pretty well with a 2 or 3 turn to where Tirani is currently, since Tirani will be moving before Old T. Do you think Fabian will drop the thermals, or do you think stay conservative and not do any little extra damage to Tirani just in case?
I mean, if you plan on going to the right with Tirani, yeah, you just hold on to it. Keep the threat out there.
Mm-hmm. Because Obi has to respect it. Because, I mean, what's 1 damage on a 9 health ship versus 1 damage on a ship that has 3 more left? So I'm willing to take that trade. I would drop it and say I don't care if Tirani does it. It's still a dice roll, even if he gets damaged.
Mm-hmm.
But that's me. Here come the thermals. So at least 1.
Is he gonna? No, he's going for both. He's going for both.
Yeah, why not?
He's
Gamut only has 3 health left. Use them while you got them.
That's just true. And even if Tirani ends up taking damage, currently is undamaged with just be shields, and that damage is more valuable on if it goes on Obi-Wan Kenobi than if it goes on Tirani.
Correct. Tirani could just also opt into banking the other way down the board and just, disengaging even further.
All right, we got the Gamut Key 1 bank. Probably debating some
Focus rotate, maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, Rick's not going to threaten you from the front, and realistically, your 2 dice aren't going to do much to Rick. So if you focus, turn that arc around, that's just more for Obi to deal with.
And yep, we got the rotate there, focus rotate. No coordinate, most likely because, of course, Tirani is stressed. So you don't want to end up wasting that.
You don't want none of that.
Zuckuss scooping up a target lock.
Mm-hmm. Making sure he had it.
Probably keeping it simple.
Yep, Tirani says, I don't care. I'm here to trade, sir.
And also, that's also an attempt at a block, right? Because if Obi-Wan had, for some reason, chosen the 1 hard to get aggressive and say, you know what, I'm just going to try to take the shots I can before I die, you end up taking the block and forcing the bombs anyway. So,
yeah. Going for the barrel. I don't know. I guess probably getting out of the way of Zuckuss. Future turns make it more difficult for Zuckuss to go through Old Aarak. I like the arc coverage where Old Aarak was before, but I understand why he barreled. Rick doing the 3. Say bye. See, I think this is where you just say, you know what? Let's just target lock Zuckuss. Take it now. We're going to be behind him for a while. Got to start setting up future big hits.
And going for the boost. Try to get something under the shields here for Zuckuss. Or try to rip off the rest. He's still got 3 of them on there.
Yep.
Obi-Wan Kenobi opting out.
3 bank. So if he only boosts, he's still taking the first bomb.
Yep.
If he barrels away and boosts, he's probably not taking either, but he also only has force. He only has 2. Unless he just spent it right now to say, I'm going to fine-tune controls anyway, and it was already a 3. I don't remember. But Obi has an opportunity to maybe get Gamut Key, but he had to get around the bombs to keep his potential win condition open.
There's the barrel roll to the left, taking the boost, saying, I don't want to take the bombs. We'll just deal with whatever happens using the force.
So, whole lot of Tyranni taking bombs, but Tyranni takes 1 shield.
And here comes the second one.
Yep. Tyranni, this is what your shields are for. It's fine.
Right. There's definitely like this is worth it. No.
Yeah. Well, it made Obi not his only offensive modifier at this point is his force. Oh, they I think they did the thing where it was they took the bomb out before they hit delete, so the object of there we go, we got it. So Obi's still having an opportunity to initiative kill Gamut Key, but I think Obi will still be shot by Old Aarak and Zuckuss, so there's still some threat.
Here's a range 3 shot. Old T. 3 dice. You got 2 hit crit. Defending. Has to spend the force to not take any damage there.
Can't let the crit go through.
No.
Don't do that. But now Obi only have 1 force offensively, and that might not be. Is it range 1? It's range 2. That's a big deal.
Yeah, you want to avoid that range 1 shot from Gamut for sure. Here we go. 3 dice coming from Obi. 1 hit.
So you're not going to kill Gamut if you do 2. So I think you just stick with it, unfortunately, and just say, well, we'll set up another turn. But he's got thermals ready again for the next turn. At least I would drop probably the closest thermal, and that would be it. You don't need to drop the far one. That's like right where Obi already is.
And here we go. The just barely range 2 shot. Spend the focus for 2. Watch out, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You are taking a damage. Fabian has an aggressive lead right now. 110-0.
Oh,
Switzerland versus... And, Zuckuss has a shot from downtown.
Oh, my
2
Lord.
hits, 2 crits. Read 'em and weep. Here comes the defense dice next. Obi-Wan will have 4.
Yep, bye, Obi.
Gone.
Did Rick ever shoot Zuckuss anyway? They'll fix it if they need to. Zuckuss only target locked anyway, so like you wouldn't have any defensive modifications. But bye, Obi.
Yeah.
Rick, please give me some points.
I mean, yeah. At this point, Aarak is playing for some MOV. This means that Team Mexico is going to end up being defeated by Team Switzerland in this round, but they can gain some MOV for tiebreakers. They can also end up trying to add another win to the column here next round. And again, that's the first tiebreaker is just total number of wins.
Oh, he actually chose not to use Rick Ali to shoot Zuckuss. Probably like worried about Zam. I think what Aarak may not realize is that if the ship that shoots Zuckuss, the Zam carrier, if they're worried about that second shot, that could only go against obviously someone that the ship that shot them.
Right.
You can't just pick a different ship. So Obi would have been safe. I think he might have been too concerned that Obi would be taking 2 Zuckuss shots, and that would not have happened anyway.
Or it could also be worried about setting up the target locks.
True. Could have picked that card instead. Yeah. When you defend, you get to get the lock, and then Zuckuss just says, "All right, I'm going to 2K."
Wait, no, he couldn't. Maybe he couldn't shoot. He couldn't shoot. I think Gamut Key made him so that
Gamut Key kept the disarm.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that last turn. What a boss. Jeez. I missed that.
Yep. Sorry about that, chat.
Hey, guess what, Regen? Deal with it again.
It's bad, yeah.
Wow, I didn't catch that. I it's so often that I see people like, so that's why he had 2 evades, because he kept all circular tokens, but he said you don't get to shoot now. I guess that's surprising why then Rick did that boost instead of just taking the lock for the future. Look at that guy, Gamut.
Because Gamut would have came up and been rude. Like, you hold on, you take a target lock now, and the next turn I'm going to sidle up beside you and then jam that lock that you took off.
Yeah, probably. I would do that.
You get nothing.
Because Gambit was definitely, like, if Rick didn't boost and just took the lock, Gambit was definitely in range. Just do a one bank and then jam. That might have even... By the way, reminder, audience... Jam has been shifted to not just only range 1 bubble. You can jam at range 2 in the bullseye.
You can. You got options.
That was an adjustment. And I think if Rick stayed there, it'd been pretty safe to jam anyway, because that bullseye probably would have hit him at range 2.
At this point, they're yelling at us in the chat about about Gamaki. We got it, and then gotta love the delay. Gotta love it. Remember, we have a 90-second delay on the stream per XTC rules, and there was a coordinate for barrel roll, Gamaki.
Interesting.
4K over the cloud.
2K.
Excuse me, 2K over the cloud. No consequences.
I think just wanted to make sure that 2K wasn't going to hit the rock, I guess?
Another K turn, bringing all the guns to bear.
Old T saying, I'm just leaving for now. Not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, his job is done. He was a threat. He was scary. He's like, I'm not Fenral, but I'm scary enough. I'll take your tokens.
Man, now I have a new appreciation for Gamut Key.
Wasn't that was awesome.
I knew I took him for a reason when I drafted him. But I haven't played him in a while because I don't play Scum.
Yeah.
And now I have a new realization that he just gets to be really mean to regen players. I like that.
All right, here we go. Rick versus Tarani. I think Tarani did a 4K, didn't she? Yeah, so it's only two dice.
Oh, Tarani's gonna have that bullseye back at Rick too.
Focus crit. Natties.
Tarani, too many squiggles.
And
so it's gonna be a 3-on-3 back.
And not only is Tarani's ability gonna go off, you also have Dead to Rights.
Can't even spend it, yeah.
Can't even spend it. So now you can use...
I think a lot of people forget that.
No focus out there, just a crit.
Safe anyway, and he can spend the token.
Yeah, ends up okay.
Tarani's ability. Pretty inconsequential. This is the only shot that Tarani, or only shot that was coming to Rick anyway.
With
Zuck is definitely in a weird spot, but kind of have a lot of time in this game. I think Tarani would be pretty safe to kind of just 2-bank towards old Aarak and just say, Rick, you're probably not shooting me, like just because of where I am.
Exactly.
And you like to go fast, so I'm just here to cover old Aarak to make sure as he makes his way around, you're not trying to get some free damage on my buddy.
You got to boom and zoom, man. So Gamut Key, let's go ahead and take a second to talk about it. And there might be some newer players who are not familiar with your ability. We're kind of like talking around it. So I'll go ahead and read you the story that is Gamut Key. At the start of the end phase, you may spend 2 charges. By the way, it has 2 recurring charges. To choose yourself or a ship in your turret arc. Notice that it says a ship. It doesn't mean friendly or enemy, just a ship. With 1 or more circular tokens. During the end phase, circular tokens are not removed from that ship, which is how the disarm got to hang around because it is part of that circular token family. Yep. So good.
And the other evade token too. I'm used to this, like if green tokens are just carried over to the next round, I just generally assume that's just them forgetting to clean it up and like, oh no, there should only be 1 evade token there. Like, actually, Gamut keyed him. He keyed their car. It's more permanent now.
It's Here we go. Setting up a target lock. Gamma Key out there. Yeah, I think Gamma Key is one of those cards that is starting to see a little bit more play in both its Hawk and Crew form. And I think it will... Right now, you play Zam because the value is way too good. Right? But
Yep.
I think we're going to start seeing a lot more Gamma Key. And Gamma Key, I think, will rise to the top if and when Zam goes up in points significantly and people stop playing her. The next menace ends up being Gamma Key.
Well, let me ask you this question then. How many points does Zam Crew have to go up before you don't consider using her? Because I feel like it's a lot more than people think.
Oh,
She's
it's
really
a ton. It's a ton. I mean, it's not a gunner like a first edition gunner trigger every turn. Ooh.
a Rick that went slow with a one bank.
There you go. Barrel roll. Get a range one shot. Aarak refusing. He's saying, I don't want to be tabled. I need some points.
Only gonna be 3 dice because Rick did a slowest move he can do, which means he can't go faster than anyone else.
Unless they win 0.
True.
One
Zuckus can do that.
One hit, 2 focuses, and not gonna push anything through there.
Tarani's like, I took my bomb damage. I don't want to take laser damage. Does Gamma Key have the side arc in range, actually? That's probably worth measuring.
I think so.
I think they might just realized it. Yep, and
Does.
unobstructed.
Nice.
2
Well,
on 3.
not nice. Not nice for Aarak. Hit crit. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
3 dice, and all right, Natty's out. The dice
No
god
problem.
has smiled upon Aarak. He's probably thinking, finally.
More like, it's too late. It's too late.
So we'll have one more game after this one. If there is a large gap between the ending of this game and the next, we'll just take a little break here while we wait for our 1 p.m. Central game. I mean, there will be, even if this game ends on time, there will be about a half-hour gap. So we'll be back. Go ahead, take your dog for a walk, give somebody a high five, do something, and come back, tune in to see if Mexico can get a win versus Switzerland to improve their overall standings, even though they're going to end up losing this round.
Well, I don't think I can grocery shop in 30 minutes, so
Nah,
I wouldn't expect me back to be able to commentate the last game for you.
no, we're going to be joined. We're going to be joined by Jason Grimm.
Oh, nice.
In that last game, yeah. AKA Grimwolf in the chat.
Do you think he was always grim? Or do you think he was ever like Happy Wolf?
I don't know how to answer that question. I was looking for something snarky and clever to say, and I was like, nope, I got nothing. I've got nothing.
I got him. Caught him off guard. Hey, Rick blocked. Went for a 3. Tarani blocked him. Old Aarak did a 4. It's faster. Range 3, 3 on 3.
There we go. Old T.
With a target lock.
Roll them again. You got hit crit. Rick's got no mods here and is going to be taking both of them. Shields are down. He does have 1 regen charge left, but with Gamma Key hanging out on that board, like, you really want to do that, fam?
I guarantee Gamma Key, like, knowing that there's a chance Rick takes a regen, like, he just 2 turns and boosts to get his arc in as close and as threatening as possible next turn to be like, you want to do it again?
Do it. I dare you.
I dare you. The only way he ends up doing a maneuver that like can regen and maybe get out of Gamut Key is that is very much a disengage, like a 5 straight or a 3 bank or 3 turn to the left, which is putting him into a corner, which is bad, but also
might be necessary if you're trying to get it done.
Yeah. If you don't want to be disarmed for 2 straight turns.
Let's see. I got a couple of shout outs here. Give me 1 second. Nice. Okay, those are working. Good, good, good. Oh, by the way, did you see the note in our GSP chat?
Yep.
All right, cool. Just want to make sure.
Why does Rick have a stress right now? Did he attempt a 3? He attempted a 3 Talon roll. That wasn't any normal 3 turn.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So old Aarak is hunting this next turn.
I think old Aarak just 2 straights and focuses and say, I'm here. Here's my arc.
Exactly.
So I think Rick's blue maneuvers that also are full throttle are 3 banks in nature. In 3 straights, but 3 straight probably doesn't help him with the whole 2 straight for old Aarak.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Fabian is the first player. I had my players confused there just for a quick moment. All right, looks like they're ready to go.
They have system phased. And let's see.
Has Zam gotten to do anything yet? I don't think so, right? Besides regenerating the charges?
Help get locks.
Yep.
That was about it. No Zam extra shot. Turns out free locks are still really helpful.
Yeah. Mods are good. Sweet. Here we go.
Gamut Key first. Oh.
Going away.
Interesting. Maybe an accident? I was pretty confident that 2 turn would have been fine, but you know. 4K, Tarani still has a lock.
I like that.
Say, hey, if you go this way, I'm here.
Cone of
Death.
Death.
Says, if you go this way, I'm here.
Make your choice.
And Zuckus says, if you try to arc dodge old T, I'm here. Ooh, aggressive.
It's bad, Ryan.
Take the focus.
It's bad everywhere. Oh, I mean, if Rick is in his arc, he's getting Concordia face-off, so like he is right now.
Also, Rick probably doesn't want to take a circular token right now. Well, he gets full throttle, and then you just boost and leave old Aarak, because otherwise you're not going to have that evade token if you stay there.
Yeah, I do like the boost to the right.
Does boost fit? Yeah, that fits. That's no problem. It's fine.
And there it is. He's going to be facing off against
Oh, he did a
Zuckus.
2-bank only, so he didn't get the free evade.
Oh.
Oof.
Well, the 3-bank would have bumped, I think, into old T. You would have been shot from both Tarani and... Actually, you might still get shot by both of them.
Yeah, it might have landed, and then you just don't get to reposition out of old Aarak.
One hit, Rick going at Zuckus, and not going to get anything out of this.
Uh-oh.
Is that you better mean business? Yeah, it is.
Sam who's going to shoot again.
You better mean business. Bonus attack, and then it'll follow up with the normal attack.
You asked for it. You shall receive.
I did. 2 hits. Looks like going to hold on to the mod on that first shot.
That was too many green dice, but yeah. Hey, Tarani, hello. Tarani did a 4K. Was that at range 3? That is at range 3. Rick, takes hit crit. Likely going to see Zuckus have a good chance of finishing off Rick here. Unless this is a direct.
Drum roll.
Flip. Fuel leak.
Irrelevant. Next card, you're dead.
Yep. How much more dead you gonna be? Oh, that's right, Zuckus. Yeah, I forgot about that. Zuckus gives him the other token.
Yep.
All right, got a natty. Rick's got a natty.
Oh, does it?
Oh, you got it. Look at that.
Unfortunately, these dice are showing up a little bit too late.
Yeah. Aarak, this is too late for this.
Yep.
I've already lost everything.
Rick, you're late to the wedding. When was it? Yesterday. Ooh. I know of a string quartet when I was in college that got booked for a wedding and definitely forgot to write the date down correctly, or not forgot, wrote down the date correctly, and showed up on the wrong day. That was good.
So, I think what would be neat is you drop the rest of your thermal deaths. You do a 1 straight with Gamut, coordinate Zuckus. Zuckus can do a 4K and not deal with most of those bombs, and then be in a good spot to point his arc at Rick wherever he goes. Seems fun.
Mm-hmm. I mean, is Zuckus just going to go get in the way right now? Is that the plan, you think? I mean, you have the cloud there. You could also be coordinated, I guess.
I don't know. Like, I think the coordinate to 4K is actually a pretty viable option to not only like kind of get in the way if Rick goes left, but also just have an arc if Rick goes straight or right. That's really scary. As Aarak has seen, Zuckus, when given shots, can be scary, and Zam allows it to have more shots.
Yep. I mean, essentially, with the coordinate from Gleb, it is the advanced sensors that people were used to bringing on it.
Yep.
Available again, plus some other nasty tricks.
Gleb on Gamut's already such a good piece anyway, so like it's not such a detriment to your whole squad by investing in that, because it helps more than just Zuckus.
And you saw the thermal detonator drop. Here is the coordinate target lock acquired for Zuckus.
Only ship left. There it is, the 4K. I called it, every bit of it.
Nice.
except the I don't know, the focuser lock. It doesn't matter either way. Offensive token.
And let's see where Rick is going to go after the rest of the scum get into position. Tarani keeping it nice and safe. 2 bank.
Ooh, talent roll. Interesting. Yeah, you got the lock, and if Rick decided to go left, you know, old T's like, I'm here. Oh, the talent roll. Hey. Nice move.
I like that move. Yeah, gets out of Zuckus' arc. Now, you're still going to get shot by both Tarani and OT, but it's a good move still.
For Rick, but in this way, he doesn't take bombs, and he doesn't just turn without getting to shoot, because he probably could have regened if he 3-turned in a corner, just tokened up the bit, and try and find a way out, but then he's in a corner and could be looking pretty rough.
All right. Thermal detonators will go off here. Oh, no. They're excited. Want to get these shots underway. If that...
Yeah, those thermals aren't hitting anything. Old T, nothing.
I think he has he's got a target lock. He's got a target lock in that giant pile. Why not? Finish him.
You do only have to do 1 damage, so
yeah.
Not terrible to do, but not getting anything on it feels pretty bad, and that's what locks are pretty good. You just keep them.
Locks
Rick
are like
gets to shoot.
Locks are like stonks. You hold, man. You hold.
So if you're Rick, you need to do a lot of damage no matter what.
Yeah, your best chance is Tirani, and hope that you survive one more turn to try to get half points.
Yeah. Because Zuckus did go faster than Rick with the 4K. So you're rolling 3 dice no matter what, because every other ship did it too.
Looks like we're taking
Let's
a
see
range.
how much defense dice is rolled here. So this looks like it's into Zuckus. Takes
And
2.
Takes both. 1 shield left on Zuckus the Gand.
Incoming Tirani.
Can Tirani finish it? 3 on 3. Sorry, 3 on 4 because of Rick's ability. Is there a lock
Got
out
the
there?
lock.
Only needs to reroll 1 because it has a focus token. That's a full string. 2 hits and a crit.
All right, Rick, can you do it again?
He did
The
it
answer
again.
is yes.
He did it again.
This Rick will not die.
The truest Bravo leader.
Rick, all you're doing is keeping me from doing my chores today.
This is true. I mean, it's kind of the same.
He's trying to. Aarak is trying really hard not to be 200 0'd, and I can relate to that sometimes. Like just don't let me get points, please.
Love it. We got 13 minutes left in the clock. During the gap between this game and the next one, we will be on a wait screen. I'll be working on my master's project during then. So that's fun.
Masters.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm trying to get on that console, man. Gonna try to be granted the rank of master.
And who would be the Mace Windu to you that would just like, you can be on the council, but you're not a master?
There's probably a couple people. Early in my teaching career, I burned a couple bridges accidentally because I was a dumb kid. Yeah. But they haven't forgiven me. Like, look, I'm so much better. I'm so sorry. It's needed time to learn, life experience. No, you are who you are.
Tirani getting that lock again. 2 turn for old T. Interesting.
Just trying to get in the way. Be in the way.
Imagine Rick right now. He's flying with a fuel leak. He's got 4 locks on him. He's just trying to live, and every time he's just like pulling off these evasive things and just going nuts.
Oh, barrel roll. I like this. This is protection.
Yeah, that way if I don't know why Rick would go slow, but if he did go slow, he would bump into old T first instead of bumping into Tirani and then being able to get a free shot on old T.
Mazerum in the chat just says, "Keep it going, Rick. It's 95 degrees outside, and I don't want to mow the grass." Oh, buddy. Talking about subverting expectations of the past. So at my college, where I'm doing my master's, actually the same place I got my undergrad. Mm-hmm. But in my first 2 years of my undergrad, I was a bad student for sure. And junior, senior year, I basically put it all together. I got my life together. I started working really hard, but I could never shake that. First impressions, right? It's really hard to shake that. But like, I've been kind of doing my master's with a chip on my shoulder. It's like, no, I'm gonna be the best. Look at me, I'm the best.
Like no one ever was.
That's right. I just can't stop, won't stop.
And Isofane dealing with 108-degree weather. Oh my lord. Also, I'm kind of surprised Rick, not being threatened by anyone, didn't grab a lock. I don't know.
He did in his heart.
You probably didn't want to do the regen in case he bumped with that 3-bank. Because that 3-bank was really tight to Tarani. Like, there's no guarantee that that fit. But now that you landed, like, take a lock.
We're probably going to get a K-turn out of Tarani. Hard 1 from Old T. Zuckus. I don't know where Zuckus is going. Maybe a three
Does
bank?
Zuckus have a 3-bank that's not red? I feel like it's red. Pretty sure it's red.
It feels
Or
red.
It's a B-wing-ish. Feels red.
It is red. Confirmed.
Okay. Zuckus could 1 straight and just be like, I'm ready for next turn. Come at me, bro. Or 2K.
Okay, there you go. Just in case Rick ends up being cheeky and turning.
There's Tarani, 4K. Full T, 1 turn. Focus, bank boost to the left. Or just stay there. Oh, Rick did get cheeky. Hello, Mr. Rick.
So you choose here whether you want to get shot by Zuckus or Old T. Barrel roll to the right.
I think Old T still has that shot.
I think he still has a shot, and I think you just gave a shot to Tarani as well.
Yeah, I would have barreled the other way.
Maybe it was an accident? Oh, nope, they're continuing.
Know.
All right.
Either way, Rick is shooting at... Oh, this is Old T shooting at Rick. All right, Rick, can you do it again?
No.
No.
That
we are free of the Rick rolling.
That's the ball game. Congratulations to Fabian for winning it here and clenching the Team Switzerland victory in this round of the XTC. Thank you to ISO, Danko, Baffle, Trojan, Prophet, Shadow, Tycho, Spice, Raider, Lancer, Fallen, and Row 6, our Grand Admiral patrons, and all of our Gold Squadron patrons and community members. Thank you so much for your support. Gold Squadron out.